doubleheader tonight in the Sweet 16. To by Capital One. 4 Minnesotans in the starting lineup. And Betts will tip it to Kiki Rice. All
from last year's Final Four and their 27 wins in a row coming into the Sweet 16.
That is the most, and Minnesota will push the other way, and a turnover. Neepkins to Kiki Rice. 1-on-3, she'll take it for the left-handed layup. For UCLA, the Capital One starting lineup for the champions out of the Big Ten Conference. And a nice.
Sophie Hart's not a threat from there. She's made one shot outside the paint all season. One.
Shot clock winding down and scoop.
And almost 60% of their baskets are assisted.
Betts on the pick and roll, and Lawrence stood 44 years ago. Of course, UCLA has a national championship back in the 1970s during the AIAW day. Her teammate in high school of one Paige Beckers. Ledger Walker, hard on UCLA steals. Betts in the trail, rattles one.
White, the head coach from Minnesota.
The bounce. Graholski tried to muscle it up and in, and she's going to be with the bench. Betts turns her away. Braun will pull up. No reset out top. Rice giving up a 3 to take a 2.
Good D before they got ranked.
Of course, the Big Ten sent 12 teams to the tournament. Rice. Nice dish, but
mentioning the great Annie Myers and Denise Curry, just to mention a few.
Played for that 1978 national championship team. Player of the year and the Nebraska player of the year as well. Sienna Betts able to tip it to herself.
All inside.
See if they can take advantage of some paint points without Lauren Betts in the game.
Screen to the nail area.
Gianna Neepkins, one of the best portal pickups.
She's an excellent free throw shooter. She has really improved her game over her 4 years. Decisions at a very high rate of speed. That is excellent. That it will transfer to the WNBA.
Graholski on the drive goes with the.
They've got great trust on the floor and moving the ball.
Wide open inside, and it's another miss. Sienna Betts on the inbound. Braun can't knock point sharpshooters. Dugalich calling for it. Yeah. Knocks off the drive with 5 on the shot clock. They got to hustle one up, and it's blocked. Getting Minnesota back to a position of prominence nationally.
Well, you're going to have to hit two-man game. Betts is going to be in drop coverage.
Ledger Walker leaves it off for Jaquez with the nice step through and the lane. It's on the floor, and they can all get to the rim. Minnesota counters.
Even though they trail by 2 possessions.
Rice stepping away from the defense.
Make the defense wrong. No matter what you bring to Kiki Rice, she can create separation.
Glenn again.
Simple ball screen coverage.
Lob over the top and one. And very inspirational to her teammates and to college basketball fans. Pull up, won't go. Dugalich.
Presto in Today, Beth, is fortissimo.
Oh, fortissimo means make a little noise,
yeah,
Debbie.
Be loud.
Make a lot of noise if they can take out a 1 seed. And Minnesota starting out much better defensively and contesting shots inside and out. Dugalich, offensive rebound. Bruins, of course, with Betts at 6'7". Dugalich at 6'4". And then Charlize gets the pick. Misses another layup. They are glass. Graholski gets him a 3rd chance here. Hart. Betts defending. Got it.
Yes.
Betts spins to her left, around and out. Another offensive rebound. Ledger Walker wide open. Can't hit it. Kiki Rice This is UCLA's game. Push, find a shooter in transition, get a touch in the paint. Nice. Building a wall is Betts on that drive, so now Hart will try and go to work. The kick out, McKinney got it on the perimeter tonight. Doubling down, Dugalich spins away from it.
Minnesota goes to their horns. Shooters in the corner, trying to run some action in the middle third.
There's Betts out her freshman year at Oregon. 4 transfers have been integral parts of their success the last few.
From the bucket. Keep her out. Keep her out of the bucket, or out of their lane.
Instead, they turn it over. Look at Lauren run the floor. Big girl gets the dominant performance by UCLA in the paint. Dugalich just became the 6th Bruin with a double one-possession game. They double down on Betts, make her give it up. Rice kicks it out to the corner. Jaquez, no.
I'll tell you what, Tonga and Hart are excellent screeners.
Off the bounce, McKinney. No bothered on that.
Showing a hedge in the slot.
Hedge by Tonga. Ledger Walker on the drive.
Minnesota making her catch it outside the paint.
5 on the shot clock. Rice will create short. Hart. Betts foul. Shocked the basketball world as a 7 seed. Has not been involved in many close games this year. In fact, just 2 as Neepkins tries for 3.
That is a tough.
Minnesota 3 away from tying this thing up. They've trailed by as many as 8. They have controlled the pace tonight. In our first Sweet 16 game of the night coming up, LSU and Duke, the 2-3 matchup. There's Lauren Betts rounds, which included a career-high 35-point night. Hart going to work on her.
We're on a 6-7 shot blocker.
Out of Farmington, Minnesota. Came back home after shot in the Elite 8. Hart, oh, she's playing with some confidence now. Braun, mid-range, good for Chard. Neepkins circles back around to get it, loses it. Shot clock is down to 5. Gracholski gets it into Hart, gotta hurry. Good double team by, gets into the lane and they turn it over. Ledger Walker right back to Jaquez on the 3-on-2 break.
Got to change the rhythm of the game if you're UCLA. You can't just play one speed.
That's able to bother.
Eat your last 20 minutes.
Never touched the rim, so here comes the shot clock again. Tonga, the pick and then the roll and a block for Betts. Ledger Walker keeping that dribble alive, trying to get Betts a touch.
Over the players the next week to the point where her leaders, Kiki and Char, said, "Coach, are you stressed?"
Well, this is a special group that will all go their separate ways after the season ends.
This is a dangerous time right here for Minnesota. They got to get a couple stops.
Betts. Oh, what a spin at 6'7", up by Los Angeles in 2028. Tonga with an offensive rebound. Gracholski for 3. A little extra time on the side for Betts. Rice spins in the lane and misses the 50% for the top seed UCLA. Keep in mind that that any outsiders break through, and 4 times in history, the Final Four is the lowest seed to ever play in a final as a 5.
Dawn Plitzelwhite in 2022 brought a team from South Dakota to the Sweet 16. No Lauren Betts on the floor. You got to attack the paint.
Missed opportunity. Chene and Nneka Ogwumike at Stanford, the sister duos that have had their season, but it's a whole new ball game for the Blue Devils since that December loss. Play tonight. Hart, nice find by McKinney.
Good work.
This third quarter for UCLA. Rice, an ill-advised pass in traffic, gives the Gophers a chance. Braun
On those schemes.
Braun at the line. Minnesota trying to get back in at that end. Nice spin and the lay-in. Ledger Walker. Betts.
Big Ten. Put yourself on the map nationally, and you do it with 5 players that can all score. You got to believe the run.
Look at her running the floor. The nice catch. Neepkins can't hit it. 3 of 13 here in this third quarter. That'll help. Chance to get it into single digits.
Snake behind that ball screen, Beth. Mid-range, you got to hit those. Battle made those.
Rice, another big hedge from Tongo. They had Betts. Kiki tries herself and draws the foul. 15 free throws all year long. That's a pair, and now Minnesota. Battle. Creates some space over Betts.
Ability to create winning plays that may not show up on the stat sheet.
Big difference. 17 matches their biggest lead, by the way. McKinney turned away. Good interior passing and Hurt. Of the essence for them here early in the fourth. Try and get back into this against UCLA. Betts fouled by Hart. Mansers find a way to get back in it. UCLA shot 60% in that third quarter, and Kiki Rice. Rice off the bounce. She has been difficult to contain. Neepkins crashes. Third straight game for her in double digits in this NCAA tournament.
Defense. Oh boy, heads that ball screen.
Yeah.
Betts is to the rolls to the rim.
Finds another
44% from the three-point line.
She's the best.
She's a 50-40-90.
One of the best to do it from downtown. Betts.
Getting her team refocused, playing with that edge that we were referencing earlier.
Betts defending on Hart, blocks that. James for a 6'7" center. It's a great stat. Hart tries to keep her feet under her and gets that one. UCLA, unless Minnesota can crank it up.
Good job by McKinney.
Hawkes, tough catch. They lost in the national semifinals to UConn.
Over at UCLA, Beth. Yes, they have something called the Mind Gym that their assistant coach, Tasha Brown, leads every week, which really takes a deep dive into the mental performance aspect.
On the shot clock, let's roll.
She looks much more confident second half, too.
Duga Leach, that one was from... And what has been a dominant showing. Started out great. They went 11-1 in the first round and then hit a matchup.
A lot of publicity, and rightfully due, the sophomore class of Michigan, but do not sleep. And Louisville's going to have to handle the Michigan press.
Hawkins, South Carolina, Oklahoma, and TCU, Virginia.
Guards, and Olivia Miles for TCU and Kamora Johnson for Virginia.
From Devils with the All-American Toby Fournier.
UCLA guarding that ghost action on the top of the floor. And they've had big game experience, so they've been in situations.
Good ball movement here, ends up with Bilic. No, Dugalich, yes. Rice with a steal. 3-on-1, Kiki. Second chance yet. Sienna Betts is out there. She'll whip it to the corner. Sienna, offensive rebound in the putback.
Offensive glass.
her first basket of the night, and one opportunity on the bench for them.
They've coaches in the history of Minnesota basketball. Lindsay Whalen, Brenda Fries, Marlene Stallings, and of course Pam Borton, who took. Now when you get together, you're not going to remember who scored all the points. You're going to remember the experience of being here.
Sienna Betts with the stick. So's Kennedy Click. Bryn Senden out there for UCLA. Getting some minutes. So's Amanda Muse for the Bruins. 3-ball, side.
Go ahead, take a shot, play it out.
For 11th, 12th, and 13th advances. With their 28th straight win, they are back in the Elite Eight for the second.